A very good evening to all. As we have come to the end of the three-day International Conference of Management Cases 2021, I, Riti Kulshrestha, once again extend a very hearty welcome to all the distinguished professors and dignitaries who are here with us in the valedictory session. I now invite Dr. Chaturvedi, BIMTech Director, to please announce the dates for ICMC 12th ICMC 2022. Over to you, sir.
Dear delegates, I am privileged to propose the dates for the next ICMC conference, which will be the 12th conference to be held in the new year. If organized in virtual mode, then the dates proposed are December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, 2022. If it is held in physical format, the proposed dates are December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So these are the proposed dates. Of course, it is dependent upon the approval of all of you. We shall abide by it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. A.K. Dey, Professor and Chairperson, Center for Management Case Development, to share his thoughts and reflections on the three-day event and also invite feedback from the dignitaries and ICMC participants. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Riti. It is really a privilege for me to share my observations of last 3 days, or rather 2.5 days, with dignitaries like you. There are many long-time friends of BIMTech in our journey towards understanding case method. I have 3 observations. 2 are very positive. One is an area of concern. The positive observations were the sessions for Forum for Collective Wisdom, FCW. They, barring few cases, barring 2 or 3 cases, most of the cases discussed there were of very high quality. They have potential to be converted, to be refined as good qualitative case study research on which our journal focuses. So that is a very good very good sign. The quality of each of the cases was phenomenally high. Second was that despite challenges of different time zones in a virtual mode, attendance in parallel sessions, because I was afraid that running parallel 4 sessions will deplete the number of participants or number of presenters in a particular room, particular session, which will deprive a good quality feedback to the presenter, which did not happen. Our discussions, I have attended most of the sessions, maybe for a few minutes, but the discussions were very rich and diverse viewpoints came up from the presenter point of view as well as the participants' feedback. That is again a very good sign, which I am very happy about it. The area of concern is that in spite of the fact that we are in the 11th edition of ICMC, and there are many people who have got connected with us. Many of them have been coming here for many years, maybe at a row. But still I find that many of us are not very clear about what is a teaching case and what is a research case. I'm not highlighting anything that teaching case is good or research case is good. I'm not going to that debate. But what should be the structure of a teaching case, and what is the structure of a research case, particularly qualitative cases to research, needs to be understood much better than what currently is. For example, I have heard many presentations of teaching cases, which is good one, but these people mostly they define the context, they remain hooked up into the context. They forget about the theory. They mention something as a theory backing, but the case doesn't connect with that. There are many cases the dilemma either is not there, or the dilemma is not aligned with what the case content places before the reader. So those kind of things, which is a really, I think it will improve, but I think we need to worry about it. These 3 points. Now I come to invite you to attend the 3rd Case Master Development Workshop, which will be conducted by Professor Rauno Sarinen of UEF, who was our keynote speaker. And this will be focused on writing case studies in the background of resource industry, where we will have Hana and Ville also as 2nd and 3rd resource persons, and they will help him to. Please do attend. It is free for ICMC delegates. If you are inviting someone else, there is a small charge of $20 or 1,100 rupees per GST plus GST for attending this. So please circulate among your network. Let more people come and join and get benefited by the discussion. Now, I want to hear from you about your experiences, all participants' experiences. And first of all, I invite this is on voluntary basis. If no one comes up, then I will call up names. So I want some new participants who have come for the first time and attended ICMC, maybe young or maybe experienced, to express their experience, share their experiences. What are the plus points and what are the areas where we need to improve? Anyone? You can raise your hand and Riti can coordinate. There are 35 people, so please, because unless you speak up, unless you share your experiences, we will not be able to improve. That is the spirit.
I believe Professor Shankar Menon has raised his hand. Yeah,
okay,
please.
Okay, please. His name is already there with me.
Yeah, this was a great experience, and I enjoyed today and the way it was organized. That was very important, and I liked it, like I said, because I attend these conferences. I was a keynote speaker to a large university in India a couple of months back, and the organization, I compared it. I found this to be excellent because each time that you have an event, you send an email. And that is important. These simple things, they matter a lot. And today, like for this valedictory function, there was an email there and I just had to click and come here. So the organization was excellent, and I plan to come here again sometime, maybe next year or something like that. And I don't have anything else to say. The presenters were great, and I attended the entire session in my thing, the crisis in management and crisis management, sorry. And that was also great, and the speakers were fantastic. That's my personal impressions attending this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Menon.
Thanks a lot.
We are really encouraged hearing positive note.
Thank you, Dr. Day. Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone else? Yeah, Pallavi Tyagi. Pallavi, unmute yourself.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I am attending ICMC for the very first time, since I have recently, in the past 2 years, I have started writing the cases, because my thesis was based on the mixed methodology, and at that time I get encountered with the qualitative way of research. Before that, I have heard about only the quantitative softwares, right? The SPSS, most of the people.
Can you start your video so that we can see your nice face?
Okay. Actually, I am at home with my son.
Achha,
so
okay.
He interrupted in between.
Okay, carry on.
Yesterday also he was interrupting. He was bombing my photograph.
Okay.
So So what I was saying is, at the time of my thesis presentation, I came to know about the qualitative research, because in India, I think very few number of people are working in the qualitative area. But what I have noticed in the past 2 years is top journals are accepting the papers of qualitative research, and the qualitative research is more rigorous than the quantitative one. So after attending the today's conference, first thing which the professor who was speaking previously, he said the things were really well organized. The session started on time. We received a very good feedback from both the chairs. And the things, as he said, we are receiving the mail for each and everything, and you have made the case development workshop free for us to attend, and I would like to attend it. Since currently I am working on a data with a paramedic startup. So this is the third case which I am writing on the entrepreneurship, and I would like to have a mentorship from BIMTech, like people like you and the Anna ma'am, to write that case. So I'll definitely come up in that workshop.
Please reach out to us. Whatever help is possible, we will do it. Definitely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Anyone else? There is one young lady from Kazakhstan, Madina. Will you volunteer to share your thoughts? Are you there, Madina?
She's not joined the valedictory.
Huh?
I can't see her, so probably she's not joined the valedictory.
Now we come to Deepa of PSG Coimbatore, Professor Deepa. Are you there?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No.
Okay. Dr. Vishwanath is there? MP Birla Institute, Bangalore? First timer?
No.
No. These are, so I go back to volunteer. I mean, please volunteer the new participant, the first time participants of ICMC. Anyone?
Yeah, so Seema, we would like to hear from you. You're raising a hand now, please. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone present here. It's a great pleasure for me to attend this 3 days session. Yes, I'm the first one to participate in the ICMC, and I'm really looking forward for the next ICMC. And I am going to prepare whatever may be the theme or the topic. I am going to prepare for it, because it's really a very good platform that I have encountered. And I've been given this opportunity to present this case by my guide, which is again something which has boosted confidence in me. It was great learning to hear from all the researchers, since I'm a very novice one in this field. But in times to come, I will learn from the strategies that you have been sharing, the way you have taken up the cases, the teaching cases, the research cases. It's a great learning. I think a lot of learning happens in these conferences out of like a book, and apart from self-studying and self-assessing, these in conferences helps a lot in learning and building process. So thanks a lot for giving this opportunity to me and to ICMC for conducting such workshops. And I will look forward for your other workshops, as ma'am was just telling about case development workshops or other workshops. Maybe the communication will reach us, and I will definitely join. And the organization BIMTech has done an excellent job. They were very punctual, as ma'am told earlier. I also wanted to comment on this. Everything was done in a very well time frame. So congratulations to each one of you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Seema.
We see Vince raising his hand.
Sorry, I have a question for Seema. What next? The way forward from here? How many cases will you write now?
Sir, I will, I don't know, but at least one for your next presentation.
Okay.
Next conference.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who next?
So Vince is raising his hand. So,
Vince,
yes,
please.
Vince.
Well, as a first timer sitting through one of these, I agree with Shankar, what he said earlier. everything was very well organized. And I would add it was very well organized starting several months ago. So the whole process was well organized. I'm one to start on time, and I sat through all 3 days, and most sessions started right on the minute when they were spoke to. So personally, I learned some things from this. I've always known that sometimes less is more. I think in my presentation, I went into too much detail and tried to make more there than what was really there. And I think that lost some of the chairs, because at the end, one commented, hey, I was too broad, and another commented, add some more. So which direction? So
we have lost.
When and if I ever want to do this again,
I think we have lost.
I learned a lot from the evaluator today on how to do a better job in the presentation of it. So I say thank you for that. And I would be interested in the upcoming training, and hopefully we'll all be emailed and notified when that's available. So, but otherwise, hey, I had a good experience, and I would probably do it again.
Thank you, Vince. And we are really grateful to Matt Mularkey and USF as a whole. Professor Sunil Mithas actually introduced us to USF, and then Matt came on board. And since then, we have got great participation from USF every year. Almost 10-15 people used to come, 10-15 cases. After review, we could select, and it was a great participation. Thank you, you, as well as your institute. Next, anyone else? First timer? Then I go over to people who are present, so they cannot say. So I want to go to Avijat Arun Avayankar. After a gap of 5-6 years, I think 5 years, he has again come back. Avijat, are you there? Please unmute yourself. No?
He's there. Yes.
He's there. No?
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Yes. Thank you very much. What I should say is really coming back to ICMC was very happy to see all of you, first of all. And it has been a long time. It's almost 5 years. Last case I presented in 2017. This is 2021. It has been 4 years gap. I accept it is 4 years gap. It will not be in future. By the way, a lot of learning every year from 15, 16, 17 I used to get from ICMC due to my COE position and other administrative jobs. It's very difficult to write case, but that will not happen in future. Thanks for all the support. By the way, each and every presentation timing was meticulously managed. So congratulations to the full team of ICMC. Best wishes. And I would like to be in touch with all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I can see another lady, Benita Hube. For her also, it is a homecoming again after a gap of
yes.
4 or 5 years. Please.
Yes, thank you very much. This is my second time. So the first time was obviously face-to-face, so 2 different experiences, virtual and online. Obviously, it's much nicer to be in India and enjoy the hospitality of BIMTech. But yes, I just echo all the kind words that were said before me. It was very well organized, and I really appreciate the positive side of feedback. So as you know, we can always get feedback the way we want it to get, so positive or negative. And from the session that I was involved in, I have seen a lot of very positive and proactive feedback that kind of directs us towards better outcomes. So it's not about criticizing, it's all about giving good suggestions for the future. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Deepika Upadhyay, are you there? Deepika, please share your experience to encourage us.
Sure, sir.
Please.
So my experience with South Asian Journal as well as ICMC is also not new. And I will always be thankful in my entire life to Professor Day, especially for hand-holding me, for teaching me each and every aspect of case writing. I he will never fail to revert back to my mails, and this time especially I learned new aspects of case writing. Thank you so much, ICMC. Thank you so much, Day sir. Thank you to the entire team.
Thank you. Thank you.
Parmita would like to speak. Parmita Devnath.
Parmita, yeah.
Hi. Hello, everyone. Hello, Professor Day. So we know this. Hello, Professor Chaturvedi. Hi, Benita. How are you? So glad to be here. This is the third time, and always a very, very enriching experience being here. I learned so many things. For instance, today in today's presentation, loved hearing out Professor John and Professor Ken. So I think each time we really cherish the memories and cherish the learning experiences through this conference, and it's become like a family now. So it's like homecoming most of the time. So thank you so much for the opportunity, and thank you, a big thank you from Dean Gary's side as well, because he mentioned to give out a thank you note from him as well. So very grateful, and thank you for the opportunity from us at SPJ.
We really miss Gary. Gary Stockport has been our supporter for a long time.
And he's the one who had actually introduced all of us here from SPGen, and Benita has been also working with him from the University of Western Australia. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, anyone else? Is Matthew Grace there? First timer?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you for, I did during my session, but I want to thank this group as well, and especially you and anyone else who chaired a track. And then also one of my mentors, Matthew Malarkey, and all of USF. Thank you for allowing us from the United States and from USF to attend. It was a pleasure. I got to hear some specific kind of nuances from other parts of the world I'm not every day exposed to. And just thank you again for this great conference. So
thank you. Now may I invite John Walsh. He has shifted to a new country, new thing. So what is your experience as compared to the previous one? You have been associated for long.
Yeah, thank you, Professor. I went away to Vietnam. I came back to Thailand, victim of COVID. Right, it's difficult to manage a multi-country family when you cannot travel.
Challenge.
As ever, this was a triumph of organization and hospitality and empathy and all good things. Every year Sardana would put us all on the spot in the conference room and make everybody speak, and I'm glad to see that you're following this sacred tradition. I hope that people will realize how important this valedictory session is to future ICMCs. In Vietnam, I spent more than a year sitting on my sofa teaching online and eating ice cream and not seeing anybody. And now I've come back to Thailand. I'm teaching students in China whom I will never meet, I expect. And one of the good things that ICMC used to have, a peripheral thing, but an important thing, was so many students would be about the place, and we would have chance to interact with them, and they might come and sit in on some of the sessions and so on. And it crossed my mind whether we might get some of them here. I wasn't able to attend yesterday, but today and in the first session, I was wondering whether in the future we might have the chance to interact with the students a little bit more, because they are so competitive and desiring of interaction with us. It's a delight to speak to them. Another issue is publication issue, and as ever, the book is a delight, and 2 volumes, and you maintain the standard miraculously. I can only guess how much work that must take. Well, I've done this kind of editing work myself, so I know exactly how much work it does take to get these things done on time, and the difference between what the authors submit and what you eventually publish is extraordinarily wide, I think, most of the time. So we do appreciate that. I wondered if you did say, I think last year or the year before, that the era of the special issue of journals is over. And I wondered if at some stage we might revisit that and kind of think of ideas in which we might address this in the future. It may be impossible, but there are so many new journals all the time. Let's consider that. But above all, I'm delighted to have been here. It's a wonder and an honor for me to be part of this. And if I can contribute again in the future, I'll be delighted to do so. Thank you, Professor. Thank you, everybody.
Always our pleasure. It is very nice to hear such good words from friends like you. Next, may I request Leela Vedantam. She is also coming back after, I think, gap of 2 years or 2 or 3 years.
Yes, sir. It has always been a pleasure for me to be associated with ICMC. I have always enjoyed the sessions and to be a part of all of you. And I would want to continue to contribute the cases. Of course, the chosen field which I deal with is business ethics and HRM and OB and so on. So the topics which I often deal with are a little contentious. But I would love to contribute for academic discussion and student dissemination. So I would definitely be a part of ICMC and case contribution. And I would love to do so, sir. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Next, I call upon one of my partners in crime, Professor Allur Sivakumar. We together conduct CMFM, which is nothing but a series of webinars. Is Allur there? Sivakumar? No? I saw him just now. Maybe he dropped out.
Maybe he
So just to complete, we have started a series of webinars with the sole purpose of empowering management faculty and scholars with the understanding of case method. Why are we doing it? Because people say that the contribution of a case decides, contribution of any research decides its publication in a good journal. If there is no contribution or weak contribution, it will never get accepted. So what I thought, that we are so focused on case method, and case method is a part of qualitative research strategy. And any qualitative research strategy has better potential of generating a new theory or even theorizing. So we thought that why not take up the cudgel of educating people so that we gain, our community will gain by their better understanding, and we gain because we will get good cases for ICMC as well as the journal. So with that view, we have already conducted many FDPs, and we have conducted a series of webinars. Right now, we are doing it free, wherein we are trying to experiment a simulation model for case development, research case development with a group of 3 to 4 people. It is a simulation exercise. So far, we have been successful. People are on the way to write and communicate. Maybe another, say, few months, 3 groups will communicate good quality case out of this. So please connect with us. We are there in the name of CMFM on all the social media, particularly LinkedIn and Facebook. Now, Jahaji, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Please.
Sir, thank you very much. As usual, as it has been happening every year, this year also the conference was very meticulously organized. Nothing to comment about it. Well done. Except that the personal touch we used to get while we used to be in your campus is missing like anything. And hopefully in years to come, we would be experiencing that. But in spite of that, you made it feel everybody that you know them personally, you have been touching them, you have been talking to them online itself, and that has been giving the feeling of the bondness with you. On my personal side, I had probably confessed to you, Professor Day, last month or last month. For last 8 years, I have been in distress on my family front. I don't want to share the distress. And I was finding it very difficult. And then pandemic came in between. And my protagonist is some 30 kilometers away from here. I am in the suburban area. So even going and meeting him and taking his appointment and collecting data, and preparing, it was so difficult. I was not hopeful that this year I will make it up, but with God's gracing and you people blessings, I was able to.
We are very happy to see you actually.
Yeah.
You are such a good friend, long time friend. Since the days of Dr. Sardana, you have been associated with us. It is our privilege.
Yeah. So thank you very much, and wish you all the best for the coming ICMC. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I feel like inviting Anna Icnc. Anna Icnc. Are you there, Anna?
Yes, I am here. Hello. It has been again a pleasure seeing you all, even though we are in the virtual mode. I would like to thank all the organizers and all the friends of case studies in this conference again for the great, very constructive, open and friendly atmosphere. It really amazes me how you are every year, nevertheless, whether we are in virtual or in physical mode, you're able to create this wonderful platform.
Thank you.
For us to share and to learn. So I want to thank everyone and the organizers, especially for this.
Thank you.
And
please.
Something else I would like to know that I find the technical organization of the virtual conference to be excellent. And as the previous colleagues have already mentioned, it has been most helpful and very professional that you provide all the links to us in email every time before the session starts. It really does make a difference. And I think that your virtual conference organizing skills are way ahead of many of the conferences that I have attended. So it's a pleasure to attend in these conferences because everything is so well organized. Thank you.
Thank you. I wish to share two more information. We are planning that next year we will have a case research colloquium for doctoral students, and we will decide the format. We'll let you know. We'll share with you the dates and format and all that. I think we need your support in terms of helping the young scholars to improve their submissions. There we need more resource persons, and we'll do it in some format. That is one. Second, we are thinking of having some time in this conference panel discussion on meet the editor, so that the participants get to know what are the characteristics of a case which gets accepted and what kind of cases are totally rejected, something like that. So we are planning these two inputs for next year, not this year. I have very briefly checked up with some long-time friends. All of them, they said that it is a great idea. We'll float this idea to others also and get your feedback, and then we will go ahead and plan. So now I move to two more because time is also running out. I want Ville Vico to come and share his views. Is Matt there? Matt Mularki? No.
No, sir.
Not. Ville, are you there?
No, sir.
No? Then I come to the last, which is Hana Letimaki, our longtime friend, philosopher, guide, everything.
Thank you, AK. As everyone has already said, it's.
But still, we want to listen from you.
Absolutely, but it's. I think we all share the experience of warmth, despite being so distant. And like Anna said, it's amazing how you're able to always create that sense of warm hospitality, even online. And as Anna is also saying, so warm thanks to Shreya and Vinu and everyone else who has been working on the practicalities of setting the conference up online. You are doing excellent, top of the class work with this on the global standard. So that's really wonderful. And I think what counts to the scholarly quality of the conference, which as UAK, you were saying that it has been becoming higher and higher, the quality each year. I think many people already mentioned that it has been such a warm, empowering discussion format, and the forum for collective wisdom. I think it really works nicely. And it provides us an opportunity to listen and share and discuss the ideas that are presented in the paper. And also, I think it provides for the learning experience that many have already mentioned, that it is such a nice way to learn from each other, learn about different events, different cases in different parts of the world, and really understand the global context in that way, even though we are looking into the very local cases in local context, but as an international audience, we get to learn
and that
about
too,
things from different parts of the world.
I just wanted to add that this learning, in our case, what I believe is taking place in a non-competitive environment and no threat environment. So I think learning really takes place in this kind of environment. Oh, good.
Absolutely, yes. And I support the idea of doctorate colloquium. I think that is a really great idea, and perhaps that is something that one way to take the conference further. Also, meeting with the editors, of course, is important. I do regret to mention that the number of submissions has declined heavily from Finland.
No, submissions were right. Submissions were, quality declined. As a result, we had to reject many cases. That is why you get only 52 this time. Otherwise, it was 60 plus.
Right. So, maybe something could be done on that as well. But I think it's still wonderful that, there's a conference for presenting case studies, and there's a conference to discuss what case research is and what are teaching cases. And, there's a place for ICMC in this academic work.
To share with all our vision. Our vision is to establish a case academy in next 5 years.
Wonderful. That sounds wonderful.
So we are moving towards that. We have blessings of all our management. Our director is all support for this, and we are not right now disclosing, but that is our dream. Let us see how far we can reach.
Yeah,
and we need your support.
Wonderful.
We need support of everybody here.
Absolutely. So thank you very much.
Thank you
once again.
So we may
And
also like
last but not the least, is Ken there? Ken Nishikawa?
Yes.
My friend?
Yes, sir, he's there.
We have written a
thank
good
you
article for the book.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Thank you for having me to share the good opportunity to the very good experiences through the 3 days conference, and even the preparation for the conference. It's a great opportunity to understand what I must learn from writing cases, collecting data, and analyzing data. All the experience create my identity, who I am. And so if you don't mind, so here is a last wishes for you. So this time I listened many cases about the social entrepreneurial cases or social action, social activity. Mostly those cases touch on problem solving cases. Like Asha cases is particularly quite similar to the nursing or midwife case study. And then I said to participant in my session, and so how about action research case study? It's not the educational case study. It's not a research case study. It's just about solving problem. It's a process of writing and process of analyzing. The end of action research case study is a progress of the problem solving. It's my wishful idea. But sooner or later, I hope I'm going to talk some of you with WhatsApps or the Zoom communication, because ICMC event is finished soon, but the all human connection hopefully lasts until the next 12 ICMC meeting. Hopefully it's gonna be a real session. That's my comment, and that's my idea. Thank you for the opportunity to share my idea. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you. You are always supporting. Now, the last one. I'm excited as I see new names. I want to hear from my friend from Bangladesh, Saeed Alam. Saeed, are you there? Hello? Saeed?
Please unmute.
Yes,
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It is a great opportunity for me to participate in the ICMC. And this is the only conference I am interested to participate.
Oh, that's good. That's nice to hear.
So if my case is accepted. So thank you, sir. Everything is very nice. Organization is very nice. Everything is very nice. And I try to write cases after the guideline I received from the ICMC. It's a very good learning experience for me. I'm very much grateful to this conference. Very much grateful. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And still remember me, my name.
Thank you. Thank you. My pleasure. I will always remember.
Thank you, sir.
So with this, I hand over again to Riti. Please take it forward.
Thank you, sir. I will now invite Dr. Shreya Mishra to make the announcements on distribution of ICMC certificates. Over to you, Shreya.
Thank you, Riti ma'am. So this is quickly to inform all of you that the soft copy of the certificates will be shared with the registered participants in the coming week, while the hard copy will be sent to you along with the hard copy of the conference books. And as we informed earlier, these should reach you within another 30 days. I request those who haven't sent us their postal addresses may please email it to icmc@bimtech.ac.in at the earliest. Regarding the Case Master Development Workshop, you will find an email regarding the same in your inbox already, as it has been sent. And please feel free to reach out to us if you have any queries. That was my short message. Over to you, Riti ma'am.
Thank you, Shreya. So as we come to the end of ICMC 2021, I would like to extend a very heartfelt thanks to all those who participated in this yearly conference and made it a success. I also thank Director Sir Dr. H. Chaturvedi, who has provided his relentless support to this conference. I thank the patrons who extended warm encouragement to move forward. I would also like to thank Professor Sahai for mentoring the team ICMC. I thank Professor A.K. Day, nevertheless, the man behind the entire effort, Professor Vilovico and Professor Sunil Mithas, the co-chairs of this conference, for making this event possible. I also thank the students who participated in the case competitions and their mentors who helped the students come up with such wonderful participation. I thank the BIMTech staff and BIMTech students for their constant tireless efforts to make this event a successful, the flagship event of BIMTech. The show is not over yet. ICMC 2021 is organizing the third Case Master Development Workshop on 11th December 2021 from 6:30 to 8 p.m. IST. The topic of the workshop is Developing Case Studies on Social Responsibility of Resource Industries. The workshop resource persons are Rauno Saarinen, Professor of Environmental Policy, University of Eastern Finland; Hanna Latmaki, Professor Innovation Management, University of Eastern Finland; and Vilevico, Project Researcher, University of Eastern Finland. The workshop will be centered around social impact research and CSR case analysis in resource industries, discussion on conceptual and methodological developments, social responsibility and sustainability issues. The registration link will be shared soon to the ICMC delegates, and it is free for them. However, the workshop is open to paid registrations as well. It is $20 or $1,100 plus GST. Hoping to meet all of you face to face in the next ICMC 2022. Here's Riti Kulshrestha wishing a very happy, warm, and prosperous new year to all. Thank you so much.